AITA for immediately rejecting my husband's idea to get a dog? I am not OOP. OOP is you, Fair Focus 2005. Originally posted to our AITAH. AITA for immediately rejecting my husband's idea to get a dog? Trigger warnings. Cynophobia. Past trauma. Emotional manipulation. Less than. And NBSP. Original post December 10, 2023. This is a throwaway account. Also sorry for any mistakes. I, 34F. am happily married to my husband who we'll call Mike. 35 meters. And we've been married for 12 years and have 2 children. 9F. and 7 meters. Now this doesn't really matter, so I'll cut to the chase. I hate dogs. Now before people attack me, this is because of an incident that happened when I was 19. Basically what happened was, when I was on my way home, an unleashed dog attacked me and bit down on my ankle. And unfortunately it took a good amount of time for the owner to get the dog off me, which resulted in a pretty good-sized scar on my ankle. Since then I've been an active disliker of them. Now don't get me wrong. I don't hate people with dogs and I won't shame you for having one. I just don't like being around them and distance myself when I'm near one if possible. So as you can imagine, when me and my husband first met, he told me about how he liked dogs and how he wanted one in the future. I immediately told him that I hated dogs, so it was best if we ended the relationship and move on with our lives. But he insisted that he could live without dogs and it was fine. So fast forward to today, he asks if I want to get a dog. This surprised me, and at first I asked if he was joking, and when he said no, I told him absolutely not. I told him how we had this conversation so long ago and my answer was never going to change. He then replied saying that he already told the kids there's a chance we could get a dog, but he has to ask me. I then said that we could get a cat, a gerbil or whatever, but I wasn't getting a dog. I then told him to tell the kids no because we weren't gonna get one. Well, he ended up telling them that we couldn't get a dog because I said no. So now I'm seen as the bad guy and I'm just so fed up. But now I'm seriously wondering if I should just suck it up for my kids' sake and just get one? I have no idea at this point. So Reddit AITA? Edit. Thank you to all of the people who commented, I appreciate it. I also have made an update for those who want to see it. Update. And NBSP. Relevant comments. Hamagakiko. NTA, I would advise a kid-appropriate conversation with your children about fears. Ask them about their fears. Spiders, snakes, bullies, clowns, monsters, etc. And ask how they would feel if you brought one of those into the house and were told you had to live with it. I would print out an emotion chart to help with this and point to your feelings. Ask, why do you think this would be scary? Why would they feel angry? Why would they feel sad? Explain that for you. Dogs are your fear. Explain the incident while pointing out the emotions on the chart and how it still makes you feel. Explain how you still want them to have a pet, but it would need to be from the other choices. This will help improve their emotional literacy and empathy, and will show them you are not the bad guy. You are scared and want to feel safe, just like them. I don't know what to do with your husband. I would feel so betrayed and misused by him. Talk to your children though. Children are often much more empathetic and open than adults. I'm definitely going to tell them about what happened and see if there are any alternatives for a pet other than a dog. Thank you. And NBSP. Update December 10, 2023. Hi everyone. I'd just like to give a quick thanks to all of the people that shared their advice, judgment. I heavily appreciate it. Now, this morning I was able to talk to my husband and ask him why he told the kids they had a chance to get a dog. He then responded saying that he thought I was over with what happened to me and that him and the kids really wanted one. I then told him how I don't want a dog and don't think I ever will. After that we were able to chat for a good 30 minutes and agreed to settle for a different pet, other than a dog. And as for my kids, I sat them down and told them what happened to me and how I wasn't comfortable with having a dog in the house. They took this surprisingly well, but I could tell they were still a little sad. I then told them that we could settle for another pet of their liking, which they were very happy with. They are currently still looking, so any recommendations would be nice. And again, I'd just like to make a thanks to everyone that commented, even if I wasn't able to see it. Thank you. And NBSP. Relevant comments. Groundbreaking log 906. Putting family aside. Have you ever considered getting help with your fear of dogs? Regardless of whether you ever get one or not, it's not good to go through life with phobias. After the incident, I did go to therapy but then stopped. So now it's just more of a dislike rather than fear. And NBSP. This is a repost sub. I am not oop. I hate that oop didn't address with her husband how manipulative he was to tell the kids that she's the reason they couldn't get a dog after getting their hopes up. What a manipulative asshole. Bet this isn't the only time he'll do that to her. He was essentially using the kids as a weapon against her to get his way. Gross. Even with everything calming down at the end, husband still needs to apology to OP, especially when he told the kids without discussing with OP. First, cause he definitely owns her one. The full issue isn't with the dog. It's with a husband that uses the kids to get what he wants and weaponizes them when he doesn't get it. I also notice he never apologized for it. I'm wondering how often this happens in the family. I'm happily married to my husband, but today he did something horrible that I explicitly told him not to do. He's a good man, except for when he actively goes against everything I stand for. AITA for being a little mean to him? Quote, if the phobia isn't badly impacting how she interacts with the world, she doesn't need therapy to manage it better. She can handle other people having dogs and dogs existing in public spaces. She just doesn't want a dog in her home. And it's not necessary she have one. That's a fine place to be at. So many comments on the original post telling her to suck it up, get a dog anyway, that she's selfish for saying no. My money is on him bringing home a surprise dog one day. He wants a dog, so he got the kids excited on purpose. I doubt they even care if it's a dog, cat, dinosaur, or toy. I can't comprehend how her partner went into a relationship knowing full well she dislikes dogs and still thought to suggest it later on. My husband is afraid of dogs. One daughter is allergic to cats. I don't want high-maintenance pets. So we have agreed to get a snake. With so many different options for pets, you should not sacrifice a well-being of your family member. The husband's lack of communication, going behind his wife's back and using children to hand-twist oop into getting a dog when she clearly has trauma, makes me feel ick and gives me bad vibes about the guy. Husband sounds great face with rolling eyes. She should 100% call him out for being as manipulative AF. That is utter BS. And completely dismissive and disrespectful. What he should have done was approach it with her first. Ask if there was any way, through therapy or exposure, she could get okay with having a dog, and let them figure it out before trying to leverage her with the kids. This is completely unacceptable behavior. Leveraging the kids against her was super manipulative and attempted control. He was an absolute asshole. I've been attacked a few times, all resulting in scars. I'm so lucky I never developed a fear of dogs and I always appreciate it. I feel so bad for OP, both for their fear and for their husband being a massive weenie. Husband is bad news. The husband definitely needed to have talked to his wife about the dog, but also long before this. If he wanted a dog, he should have talked to his wife about getting therapy for her dog phobia and trauma. I still think she should get help for her phobia, even if they didn't get a dog just because it can cause issues with her life, especially if her kids choose to get dogs when they are adults. Roughly 90 million dogs in America. Avoiding every single one is not a rational response. I just want to mention that the idea of bringing a snake, spider around someone afraid of them isn't actually outlandish. Exposure therapy is something that is done. And if OP wanted, her fear is something that could also potentially be resolved through similar therapy. That said, it doesn't really seem necessary, and the husband clearly failed here.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.